Hello everyone and welcome to Prestige Encounters, the Dungeons and Dragons campaign brought to you by Lich Souls Gaming. I'm your Dungeon Master Michael and we have an exciting session in store for you tonight, but first and foremost we have a few announcements to get through. A lot of the music you'll be hearing tonight is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music that you'll be using at your tables at home. For more information, go to midnightsyndicate.com or use the command !midnight in our chat for a clickable link. You can watch your music videos on YouTube, listen to the music on Spotify, and even ask your Amazon Alexa device to play Midnight Syndicate right now. We have artwork that was created by Jeremiah. Jeremiah is Slimy Rice in our campaign. Well, he's Slimy Rice and he is Diablo currently in our campaign. He has made all the character art for this story so far, and you know, you can commission him when he's available to get some artwork for yourself. And for those of you who do not know how this works, commissioning someone means you pay them for the artwork that they give you. So join our Discord, !Discord in our Twitch chat for a clickable link to lichsouls.com/discord to message him and set up those arrangements if you are inclined to do so. And we are starting a little bit later tonight, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it right away. So everybody grab your drinks, grab your snacks as we welcome you to our table and we begin tonight's session of Prestige Encounters. And here to tell you what happened last week in their very own words is none other than someone.
Wait, did we not decide who was doing recap? Can you throw something together?
I'll try my best.
Okay, cool.
I'll try my best. The moment I learned Percy turned his back on his god, I knew that this was a turning point. For better or for worse. Even Destiny theirself could not foresee. Of course, Percy found himself among a group of adventurers. They called themselves the Veiled Vanguard, or at least they did before they assisted in the conquering of Cyrodiil, an effort led by the Lord of Deceit Contras. An inspirational whisper to some bards, and the story spread like wildfire. I will admit, they were warned on what would happen if they went through with the eyes, but children sometimes need a bit of schooling to learn a lesson. Percy found a new god. The Mother of the Void, Nexus, a major faction of her followers within the city of Ashes. It is here he committed himself to her, taking part in the blood of the Blackshire family to undergo his dark transformation to a Dampier. As for the support of this transformation, his companions were divided. Some choosing their friendship to guide their view, others their distaste of the undead and their origins. In fact, this transformation did not bring celebration, but a cold rift like the breath of Bizdal himself. Diablo made his stance clear. One step out of line, and Percy will become a memory to the party rather than an active participant. The next day brought a new player to the board, a man named Gideon Ironhand, who, aptly named, had a metal prosthetic. He intercepted them, paying for their meal and summoning them to the Din La Luna. They decided prior to meeting him that they were going to go to the Hourglass and Anvil, purchasing some new armor and magical weapons from a rather curious merchant named Celeste Vane. Shortly after, they made their way to Din La Luna, and it's in the back rooms of Gideon's establishment the true cost of this alliance was revealed. Gideon offered them a powder to plant beneath the Blackshire estate, intent on eradicating those the Blackshires created in order to save their righteous beliefs. And this is where the party was left, among the news of the potential end of their ally. I myself am not free of error. I know that despite warnings, I made mistakes in my mortal life along with my companions in our many adventures. But I'm doing what I believe is best, separating myself from a once devout follower, hoping that they achieve what is needed, free of my influence. In ways, I might have failed him. And that is where we last left off. The party standing within the Din La Luna. Gideon just raising a toast to the followers around this secret back room with the news of, upon the death of the Blackshires being killed, all those, they believe that all those that they created will also meet their ends. What would you all like to do?
Emmeline's just going to continue to eat. She's not going to partake in any cheering or, toasting. None of that. She's just going to keep gobbling away at the meal.
Okay.
Despite Diablo's adamant, insistence on following through with this, he is kind of just leaning back in his chair pensively with his arms crossed.
She looks quietly conflicted, looking from party member to party member. She is not jubilant like these followers are. She looks... Yeah, I mean, she never hides her emotions very well. She's looking very uncomfortable.
You'll actually look at Naoki and see him just kind of just wiping away a tear, looking at Percy before raising his glass, kind of looking away with his eyes closed, just kind of depressed.
Percy is stone-faced. He's trying to hold all emotion possible at the minute.
I'm aware this is a time of celebration for you all since we're going through with this.
He says to, Mr. Ironhand.
But I believe we have some things to attend to, some things to get ready for. Wouldn't you agree?
Very, very much. We need to get some fresh air.
Of course. I will provide you with this. And he'll toss the sack onto the table. All you have to do is sneak away during your little meeting with the Blackshires, of course, and put it in the storehouse, the back of the kitchens. I hope you all complete what you must attend to. Until tonight.
Sasha will look away from the bag and head for the exit.
Emmeline's will grab something for the road and take it with and follow behind Sanasha.
Yeah,
Did
grabs the
anyone not
bag,
take
I
their
guess.
shots?
Let's say, Diablo probably took a shot, but, he'll take the bag with him as, I guess, they make their way out, if everybody's following.
For anyone who drank the shot, what was that? Or did they not give us the shot?
So the shot was a clear liquid that had think of like Goldschlager almost, but silver.
Okay. Silverschlager?
Essentially.
Schlollschlager? Okay. Just wondering if it was very heavily mixed with iron and gold or silver and gold, they were trying to use it as an anti-monster shot. Sanasha kind of as because we were in an under chamber, right? So do we exit the same way we entered? The lights go off in the other room and we reappear at our where we were before.
No, they let you go
I
out the
guess.
back door.
Okay, so now she kind of like kicks the door a little too hard as she goes. Just it's an impediment, and waits outside for everyone else.
So we're doing that then. He says, staring at Diablo.
Yes, so
Sanasha pretends like Renatus isn't even there. Just focuses on Diablo.
And that's really what you want to do.
I'm gonna get rid of the Blackshires. I think I'm a little weird on doing it through an explosive. I want to be there for it.
Didn't think it was quite your style.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like we're repeating the same mistake again, doesn't it? We're gonna make up for what we did by doing another horrible deed. That's the light. And I understand you have your beliefs, but
Clarify to me what was it that y'all did exactly in Trailworm?
You heard the song. So we should probably. Are we in like an alley with no one in it?
I mean, you guys can still be in the alleyway if you like, or you could. Yeah. It appears like you're not necessarily in an alley, but you're in an area between the den and a rocky part of the mountain. And there's like between where you go out into the town, there's like a shimmer.
Okay. Okay, so there's clearly some kind of like they're hiding this exit. Yeah. So
it is illusionary.
So from what we've gathered, and Emily and Naoki, you probably know this better. There was a deal struck to get the Veiled Vanguard out of the elemental plane of Earth, but in exchange, because Percy and I joined after, were required to take a powerful item from Kiradel, contractually obligated, or lose our loved ones, which included threats of capture, torture, and continuous murder of you, Diablo, by the Demon Prince of Deception. And so, not knowing fully what we were doing until the very end, and we did it. We took this powerful arcane focus, and he claimed it, and he broke the barrier that Casimir had created, the edicts that stopped the gods from interfering in this world, and he transformed the Dragon King into a weapon, and he defeated 3 of the gods, and he turned Kiradel into his personal fiefdom, where he could bring all of his soldiers into this world and kill all of those people. And we did that to save our loved ones, and that's not okay. It's so if I have some trepidation, it's because I'm both mournful and furious at the idea that we're going to murder another group of people for our own personal values, our own personal gain,
Now,
for our own personal needs.
I gotta specify. What y'all went through in Drillworm sounds like a big shit show. Sounds unfortunate. Even if I have my feelings about the methods of how we're doing this, the difference is this is a kingdom built on treachery.
You
If I
think
may
that will
intervene.
change? Go for it.
This is more than just what happened at Drillworm. We didn't know that all of that would happen at Drillworm. Versus this, we are willingly signing on to the contract to say, yeah, we're okay killing off a bunch of people. And I will say this is very much against the beliefs of what my grove taught me. I'm quite upset that we are even going through with this. I'm barely holding on. Please get me another drink.
The Blackshires aren't some great people who just exist to protect. They benefit off of suffering.
And what's more suffering with more suffering? We're killing off an entire species of people.
We're killing off the Blackshires.
We're killing every vampire that is from and I'll say, I mean, vampires, they're vampires. They're you know, these creatures of horror that you tell stories about, but we've been told the history of this place. This was a nation that was marred by combat between the gods, and Nexus, who we know nothing about, protected these people. And yes, she turned them into monsters. And yes, they're monsters that are spread out across the world, but, you know, are you sure the Blackshires are the monsters you see? Yes.
Absolutely.
This place sucks.
They are horrid.
And what did they do to you then?
They did a lot to me. You heard about the history of this place, but you ain't lived it.
And you did? Are you from here?
No.
There are so many horrible rulers in this world. And I guess the line in my mind is, I can stand by and say you have a personal vendetta against these people, but the second that we put that bag in place, you are now the monster in their place, and we have no idea who these people are who want to kill them, except for the fact that they hate everyone that's undead, and today it's the undead, but who is it going to be next? Right?
Why do you think I took on the name Diablo? Because I wanted to be just some squeaky clean person. They created a monster.
And this is your solution? Or do you want to do it with your hands?
I'm gonna kill him. Even if we put a bag in place, I'm gonna make sure that I get to do something.
You think that putting this bag and killing them this way is the best way, or just put these other people in charge and they're just as bad? If you want to kill them, I will help you, but I'm not doing it through the bag. I know I said I would in there, but I can't do it. I won't.
We put that bag in place, what? Creates a weak spot. We can move in.
You even know what it is?
No. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it will do. We don't know what the weak spot will be. If you want to kill them, I will help you, and you will do it yourself, not through the help and helping these people.
And we got some way to figure out what this bag is.
Probably, but
I mean, Emlyn checked it. It was just from evocation.
Evocation, which we'd all have to under an understanding of arcane in character to understand what that means. That's what wizards are for.
Can I try guess what would happen with the bag and like how it would work? Make some like.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. Did that roll? There we go. That's just a 9.
A 9. Best guess. Bag go boom.
Big boom or like medium boom? What are we saying? Do we not know?
Somewhere between small and large.
Okay. Thanks.
It could be a tall, grande, or Fenty size boom. Might even be a Trenta. Who knows?
So, I mean, we traveled with Talia, and Talia was incidentally turned into a weapon of mass destruction, something that could destroy a city. I mean, who's to say these people aren't moving out to the edges of the city right now and willing just to pick up from the charred remains of the vampires, the ghouls, the mortals, the innocents, the children, and us, right? Who are these people? As I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to help you or any of you kill thousands of people again. I will defend you, I will defend myself, and I will do what I think is right, but I am not going to be a mass murderer. There has to be a line, Diablo, even with revenge.
The line for killing these people that have brought treachery down on people that don't deserve it.
You use the term treachery.
Yeah. I don't use it lightly.
I mean, it's treachery versus murder. Again,
They've done more than murder.
yeah, I'm sure they've done a lot over all the years they've existed. I'm not saying that they are morally right, and I'm not saying that defeating a monster who turns people into bloodbag thralls is righteous either, but you know, revenge like this will just make more enemies, and it'll cause more pain, and someday someone's going to come for you because you killed their family.
You know, when I got here, it's clear they used these low power undead things, these skeletons, these zombies to do labor and work and all that strenuous stuff. Why not use the pain, the non-pain feeling bodies of people that have died to help? That's their philosophy. Did you know that they use mortals that can still feel?
For labor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you suggesting backbreaking work in the mines? I mean, it sounds you're talking about not valuing human life, or just the idea that they could replace all labor with.
They use people, living people, in spite of their solutions to the need for that.
I mean, that exists everywhere. We can't fix that for every city, every realm. We can't.
And why not?
But
that's not our job. That's not our responsibility.
It's my job. It's why I do things.
I want nothing to do with this. I don't think you should use the bag if you're dead set on this, which I don't even...
Ain't you got some sort of magical insight you could use on this bag? You said it does evocation or something or other. You ain't got another type of way?
No. Well,
we could try to bring in somebody with more magical know-how to study. We know of someone who we just worked with.
Does not seem smart. I feel if we show the bag to someone, they would just be like, "Oh, by the way, that group, they're carrying out a big bomb that's going to blow up the whole city. Maybe we should stop them." And we just paint another target on our back for something we might not even do.
She looks at Emma. Is the bag warded? Can we open it up to see what's inside, or is it something that explodes if we touch it? I mean, I don't want to open it now and kill as many people as we would kill inside of the castle.
Would I know that from learning what I learned about it, or
I mean,
from
it is
inferencing?
possible. Like the same concept is if there was an explosive device and you just started cutting wires.
Yeah.
It could be volatile. You don't know. It could randomly like go off in some way just from you guys handling it. You don't know what you have other than it is powered by the School of Evocation,
Which is bad. So,
It's just not a good idea.
yeah. I mean, if you want to get...
And why us?
Because they think that we have no moral standing to stop ourselves from committing another genocide. They've heard stories told about us, about how we went into Cyrodiil and we took the eye and we led to the destruction of a city. Of course, we're the easy ones. We're the ones who snuck into a heavily guarded castle, past all of these people with all of this power, used influence that we built up, and betrayed people who are helping us, and they want us to do it again. Aren't we the perfect pawns?
Betray people who are helping us.
We walked right into their laps. We did that in Cyrodiil. We had people who helped us, who gave us that we earned favor with, and we manipulated and used them to succeed in a task that we knew was wrong. And of course, we're going to be asked to do it again.
In what way are we betraying people that are helping us now?
Well, people of the city have taken us in. They haven't imprisoned us. They haven't tortured us. We've made connections with people. We haven't been hunted down. I mean, we've come into this place and we are judging them with our point of view. Percy is one of them now, and that's the other thing you need to take in mind.
I have taken that in mind.
So
we've already had a conversation about that.
So you're okay with if he dies from this?
All I know is I need to kill the Blackshires. And this seems like my ticket to do it.
Percy's gonna, while this argument is like happening, move further away from the group, and I'm gonna just hit a quick little prayer. Nexus, take my sight and lead me into the void. Please give me the knowledge of what will happen if we plant this bomb. And I'm gonna cast divination. So the spell puts you in contact with a god or god's servant. You ask one question about a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within the 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply, which might be a short phrase or cryptic rhyme. The spell does not account for circumstances that might change the answer, such as casting the spells, blah, 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 blah. If you cast a spell more than once for a long rest, yeah, cool. So what do I get from that?
Last time we did this.
Maybe I got heated this morning.
So, you say this prayer to Naxos, and at first you don't hear or experience anything, but then you start hearing this small sound. You look up and see that there is a rat, black as night, red eyes, scuttling along the gutter. And as it is scuttling along this gutter, it suddenly loses its footing and falls to the ground and goes limp. Hey, that's within the confines of the spell. I've gotten used to divination, my friend.
It's not very subtle.
What does that mean? Oh wait, did we even see that?
Percy's just gonna start laughing to himself.
still arguing as he comes back, if he does.
No, he's just like stood where he was, a bit further away from the group-ish. Not too far, but like 10, 20 feet away.
Does anyone have disguise self? Anything like that?
I don't know if Percy does. Where did he go? Percy?
Yeah, what's up, Slasher?
Emily just asked a question.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear. What was the question?
Do you have some kind of disguise spell, maybe? I don't.
Oh, yeah.
think I do.
Tora kind of gave me that power, and since I abandoned him, or he abandoned me, either or, I can't do that anymore. I can still use I can still make disguises pretty well, but like I can't use the magic anymore.
Maybe we should pick up some masks or bandanas or something so that we can hopefully be not recognized when this all goes sideways.
The problem is we're invited.
I will say, with that point, you do have a couple hours before you're to be present at the Blackshires in your new finely dressed clothes that they provided for you.
That's tonight?
Yeah.
And their
The ball's
celebration
tomorrow.
of the equinox is tomorrow.
So yeah, we have a private invitation tonight, and then the ball is tomorrow.
Got you.
I could possibly. I hate to do this, but I could charm someone into doing this.
We're not taking the bag. We're not doing it.
I left it
Diablo took
on the
it.
table.
Yeah, we'll take it.
I can't do it. Yeah, I won't do it.
It's a cowardly way to win, Diablo.
I don't know what other opportunities I have.
There'll be more, and when we find them, we'll take them. But I'm not letting these people be in charge of this town, this city. Who knows who will be left? And once they blow up this city, it'll be the next city. And then once they blow up the whole of the empire, what will it be the next? Oh, actually, we need the dwarfs' mines, so we'll blow them up as well. And then after the mines, where will they go next? Ilneria, the wasteland, everywhere. I'm not putting these people in charge.
My home hasn't been conquered by a demon king. My home does not deserve these people coming in and deciding that orcs and goblins and other beings don't get to be in this world either once they've decided what is and isn't okay to be in their perfect world. Do you get that?
Fact of the matter
I'm all
is,
for your
I'm
conquest against the undead.
If we want to settle this, somebody needs to figure out more about who these people are and know if their cause is even worth supporting. Because whether or not you're right, Diablo, in taking all of the vampires out of the world and killing the Blackshires is the right thing to do, is it handing it to these people any better?
as far as I'm concerned, these people won't matter. We do this, we can kill them afterwards.
So your solution is just to kill everyone. Everybody who turns out evil,
The
and
bell rings out,
Yeah, is that
and you start to see commotion on the streets outside from the alleyway of which you've been having this conversation.
All I'm saying, if they're so evil, why not get rid of them too?
Sinatra goes to check on the commotion. It just
yeah, Percy follows.
Yeah.
I know. She acknowledged the ambulance, said something, looked at him, and then went to check in the street.
And could just put up his umbrella and just like you'll see like these like vines filled with black roses kind of just falling, cascading over it.
Is some kind of midnight prayer? What's happening here? What's going on?
You run
I
onto
know
the
it's not
street
midnight.
of the lower level, and you see that the gates of the city of which you've entered are open, and there's now a procession starting to enter into the city. horses that are both skeletal and those of undead flesh. You see these undead creatures wearing armor that, as you take a look at it, they have glints of arcane energy about their armor. They're carrying banners of a skull with a spiked crown, its mouth open, a flame in one eye. And then you start to hear the sound of a horse as these hundreds of undead forces are making their way into the city of Hoshes. And at the center of this procession is the source of the sound of the horse. Has a coat that is black as night, a mane of fire with that same fire burning like coals of a furnace within its eyes. But it's not just the horse that catches your attention, it's what's riding upon it. You see a figure with robes that are black with arcane runes inscribed upon them. He's wearing greaves upon his feet and armored gloves on his hand that he's using to steer this horse. And his hood is pulled up, but what's in the hood, you see a skeletal, half rotten face with eyes that have a deep green glow within their sockets. He's wearing a circlet upon his head with gemstones, and there's one thing that enters your mind when you see this undead sorcerer leading this procession, and that is power. It is authority. You start to hear whispers from the people around you. They begin to talk about who this is, what this means, why is he here. Specifically, this is the Archmage of the Ossuary. There continues to be murmurs, and soon the procession continues up and it's past you.
Are they heading towards the Blackshire's home?
They are.
Now I think I know why they want us to do this tonight.
We ain't got no chance doing anything tonight.
No.
Absolutely not.
So, we have to go.
I think we need to get rid of the bag.
I think we need to know how to stow the bag away.
I mean, if they detonate it anyway, we could.
The problem is, they didn't give us any warning about what we could do with it. I mean, what happens if we put it in the bag of holding and in and of itself another bag of holding?
Can we? Should we?
Can we
Should we give it
back
to the High Stellars?
into the pub and run?
We could just keep it for ourselves. I'm sure
But-
there will be a point in which we need to use it,
What if they
but maybe not.
detonate it while we have it? Is my
Have a
concern.
How would they? Is it possible to remotely detonate magic? Is that a thing?
They might have like a power word or something that they can.
Oh.
They might have like.
Oh, it could also have a depleting power source that's slowly reducing over time, which detonates once the power source is depleted. Huh, interesting.
Mhm.
I guess we should get ready to see what this invitation is like.
Yes.
And push comes to shove, just put it in the bag of holding and hope for the best.
We could give it to Faustus.
I mean, we could give it to Faustus. Ask him to hold on to it for us.
He could analyze it.
He could probably let us.
He
know what
could.
it is.
I think he could offer a lot of knowledge on it. I have a feeling he's going to want to keep it and use it in questionable ways, but that is
Don't
not my
trust him.
problem.
But he is neutral. He will always stay neutral.
We got
He's neutral, but he gave us an invitation without our real connection. He got us into the Blackshires.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably noticed this anyways, and yeah. But eventually, you're gonna have to let us know why you want this so badly. I think that's fair to ask, isn't it? You've been very vague.
In all honesty, I really haven't seen that many injustices in this city in particular. I mean, I know this area isn't the best, but like I said, that happens everywhere you go.
All clean
Maybe-
and sanitized now on the outside. I could tell you for sure I wouldn't lie about what I seen.
I mean, there was oppression in my home as well. The difference between the rich and poor. We were traveling with Razad. He lived in what were really slums while I lived in wealth and opulence. And we both ended up on the road together, but I wouldn't say that there's truly any just place. There are people who live deeper in the depths of Ilneria who are sick and starving, while people live up in their top-end homes going to balls, and people are suffering from ancient plagues from the Underdark, right? I mean, this entire world is built on pain and oppression. And now we have the gods interceding directly again, and do you think it's going to get any better? So today it's the Blackshires, tomorrow it's someone else, and then the next day it's Casimir because he's done something. I mean, when does your revenge come to an end if you succeed every time?
When I deal with the Blackshires. Blackshire's only ever been my one focus.
Well, then punch their faces so hard that they cave in.
Maybe there's some kind of interesting hidden law where you can challenge them to a duel and,
They never play fair
take
over
over.
here. But it's either, I think there's one of two solutions. It's either we put this bag there, or I turn heel.
You don't
All right.
have to run.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's not what that means.
That's
Fine.
exactly what it means. You
turn on the party? Is that what you mean?
Is this a reference I don't get?
In my profession, there's usually some roles. The good guy and the heel. As far as I'm concerned, where my base lies, I am the good guy. And I've been working this gimmick a while. But if it gets us closer, I can switch it up.
Before you consider anything like that, if we're going to take this back to Faustus, we should do it. If not, we have to get ready to meet with the Blackshires. But
We're
I
meeting
say
with
we
the
go to
Blackshires
Faustus.
no matter what.
Give the bag to
Okay.
Faustus.
I don't think it's a good idea to do it tonight.
well,
I
they're gonna know
don't think we're
they're-
doing it. I'm
They're
not going through with that.
they're
I'll-
going to know that we betrayed them if we don't do this. So if we're working with these rebels, which I think is pretty clear that we don't agree with how they want to do this, then we have to go ahead with it tonight. If we're not, then we're making a decision. It doesn't mean that we're siding against your beliefs that you want to get revenge on the Blackshires, Diablo, but we need to stop talking about this and make a decision because the time is ticking on. So,
Let's just go to Faustus.
using the commotion from the procession and the people starting to break up and go about their business, the party leaves the area and heads to Dr. Faustus's Flesh Influx Emporium. It's here that they are once again greeted by a homunculus like undead servant, or a construct rather, by Dr. Faustus, and led downstairs. And remind me, Sanasha, did you ever get your weapon from him?
He said it was gonna be 2 days.
So you got one more day. That is correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
He goes,
That's why she bought the halberd or whatever I bought last week.
right. So you walk down, he's like, no, it's not ready. It's not ready. You're a day early. You're a day early.
Well,
We've not come for that. We have an object we'd like you to look at.
What kind of object?
Some of your
If it's
friends
something
gave
that
it to
requires
us.
the pulling out of your trousers, I am not interested.
Of course not.
Diablo,
No, your friends gave it to kill the Blackshires.
Diablo pulls a bag out and places it on the counter.
is it the same bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
No, it's a bag of like wheat flour.
It's actually all the time a bag of wheat flour because the Blackshires are celiac.
No, it's just
Nice.
it's the first ingredient for garlic bread.
God.
We have made some friends the short time we have been in the city, huh?
We made some acquaintances. Just as we are to you, we know them, we met them.
Soon to be enemies, I think.
Soon to be
Of
nothing.
course. The Blackshires want them rooted out for what they did, and they are zealots. A faction of the followers of deities long gone from this realm. No longer permitted by the goddess Nexus.
You mean the gods that are worshipped in other lands? Kresna.
Exactly. Kresna and Nima, they follow the moon goddesses. In fact, they are creations of the moon goddesses themselves, showing their forms only under the light of the moon.
Oh. So we're trying to figure out what they've given us because, well, we're rightly concerned.
Well, I can tell you it's nothing safe, and you're lucky that you did not end up like me without an arm. On your way here, it's quite volatile. They're not great inventors.
So what is it exactly?
It is a volatile powder from something that is very unstable these days since the Tears of Tumes. It was once something that was powered. The very was airships now turned into a powder, and this arcane energy, once it is ignited, it goes boom. It once was used as
Right.
fuel for arcane inventions, but is now very dangerous to handle.
Yeah, there was the tale of the Seekers talked about their first adventures was on delving into the Tower of Allura to mine some of this mineral that doesn't exist anymore. So this
I want to say,
It's the
Would I-
pixie
would
dust
I-
that powered the big boats.
would I know?
Noxiarium is
mean-
what it is called.
by the way, out of character, I actually knew, but Sanasha doesn't know. So
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, but our characters don't because they're young.
Oh,
Noxiarium, but where did they get so much of it?
Who's to say? But I'm glad that you brought it here. And do you intend on using this at all?
So
What's
wait,
your
this
price?
stuff can go boom without even anything.
I got a
Like say I dropped
proposition.
on the ground.
Oh,
I got a proposition for you, Dr. Faustus.
I'm listening.
Say we give you this bag here. Would you be able to supply us with a trade of equal value?
Did you have something in mind?
Something to protect us from the charm of one of them vampires.
Interesting. And what are you so worried about when it comes to meeting?
I just need to make sure my bases are covered, you know. I like my mind being my own.
See. Give me a moment to consider your offer.
Preferably something for all of us.
Is that the first Noxiurium we've come across in this campaign?
I believe so, yeah.
It is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very little I could try to directly protect you from the influence. But there is a spell that could help.
Really?
It is. Of
What's
course,
that
I
spell
have
like?
my own protection. And he goes back and he puts on a tinfoil hat.
I ain't never seen metal so thin and malleable.
Oh no, there's a rare mineral. In my town they call it. I think.
Yes, your
aluminium.
stories are all very interesting. He will produce. He'll go back and like through like a very disheveled drawer, he will pull out a scroll. The scroll contains the spell protection from evil and good. Of course, this is not equal value. It is a level 1 spell. However, your friend here can learn it.
I have another idea. I heard of certain eggheads, you know, magic types, putting spells on weapons or armor. You can use them yourself even if you ain't have the ability to cast. Is that an option here?
This scroll is all I can offer you, but I would be willing to add on extra things to sweeten the deal.
Like what?
Wouldn't you like to get some information on a particularly potent weapon that you may be able to delve and get while you're here?
That sounds pretty interesting.
Potent against who?
Whoever you
Are you
wish, I imagine.
You talking about a lost legendary weapon that you have a hint as to where to find it?
I do.
Emily,
It's definitely real, yeah.
If we switch up our tactics, Emily, you figure you can learn this spell good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a level 1. I'll just need to put some focus into it. Maybe take an hour or two to learn it, but
You'll be able to use it today?
Yeah.
Okay. Wizards are cool.
So it is an abjuration spell level 1. It only works against one willing creature at level 1.
Does it scale up?
I do not think it does.
It's okay. The only one who needs protection is Diablo.
But it does last
Okay.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
I could hypothetically I could cast it 4 times, right?
It's concentration,
It's
unfortunately.
On 4 different people.
Yeah.
So
Kind
he
of a
can't
bummer it
offer
doesn't scale by
much.
number.
He can't offer much at
the-
this moment, but
Yeah,
But-
the thing I was getting at was an enspelled weapon, if that wasn't clear.
no, it was. But that's not something that he has.
But a clue to a legendary weapon.
I'm interested in this info.
Faustus
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
less
I'm interested in this.
of a enchanter. He's more of a mad scientist, artificer, or alchemist type. He doesn't have enchanted weapons
Yeah, that's why
necessarily.
Yeah, he's not enchanting Sinasha's weapon, he's enhancing it. Hopefully. I mean, finding a hint of a lost legendary weapon, that's literal hero stuff, guys. Like, you know, you want to fight something on the scale of the kind of things that we're gonna have to face. That's the kind of power that really keeps you alive. You know?
This. I think we do this, but we need to have a conversation after we take it. As much as we've already talked today.
Okay. So you take the boom powder, and we'll take the scroll and the information.
I'm sure if you take this boom powder, you could probably use it as some fancy battery if it could hold boats in the air.
I should find a good use for it.
Right. Hopefully nothing we have to pull out of the mines.
Who's to say? I am not a fortune teller. I'm hardly even a doctor.
Hey,
Diablo fully hands over the bag.
Thank you. And
Yep.
he'll hand the scroll to Emmeline. I knew that when you walked into
Thank
my
you.
workshop that you were going to be particularly interesting to deal with.
Yeah,
And
we're
All of us, or
pick one.
I mean, she's
Wait, what?
particularly interesting, but we are as a group interesting to deal with.
Well, thank you, Faustus. Shall we get going?
we need that information.
yes,
Oh yeah, of course. I thought we could collect it tomorrow.
No, we need it.
I mean, do you have that?
We don't gotta
do
grab it now, but we gotta get the information at least.
you have like a letter? Like,
All these stories that I've been told.
okay, Snatcha pulls out her journal. Okay.
In the God Scar, there is
course.
a number of ruins and other horrible scars upon the land that is, we shall say, remnants of the war between the deities.
Mm-hmm.
There was a knight entrusted by the gods to wield their power upon this land. It said that he is buried with it in one of these sunken crypts within the area. Of course, venturing to the God Scar is quite dangerous, but I imagine that you all will be needing this very soon.
So, okay. Well, I mean, it's the kind of stuff that adventurers do. They did say not to go into the God Scar, but it does seem like an adventure.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we were heading in that direction anyway,
Yeah,
right?
we're heading west for sure.
Yeah. All right. God Scar, sunken tomb, you said? Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I reckon that's enough information.
Well, we might be able to find some more information if we don't burn all of our bridges at once.
All right.
We could definitely ask about it. Learn more. What does it look like? Do we know what it looks like?
He just said he was buried with it. I reckon that's all the information he's got.
But lots of soldiers get buried with their weapon.
Yeah, you got any information on the soldier?
Just a long-lost paladin. But I imagine anyone who is proficient enough with certain weapons might find their use. And after all, this is the ancient battleground of heroes, of gods and gods themselves. I imagine there's many things to be found in this land if you, of course, can survive long enough.
Surviving is what I do.
Well, would you look at the time? You
Yeah, I think it's time we part ways.
Have to go to your meeting.
Yeah. Thank you for your information. How about we get out of here?
Let's.
Have we already seen what we're gonna wear?
I think so. Yeah, it's like fine clothes.
You all
Yeah, the
got to add
clothes are in the-
one set of fine clothes to your inventories.
I think you said we could describe it like it was up to us.
Yep. As long as it
Um,
stayed within the loose theme.
Yeah, so I figure what was the theme?
Like
Victorian
Gothic.
God.
Oh, but yeah, Victorian, like the
Fantasy,
one
Victorian
thing from
Gothic.
Helsing, right? From Helsing, the
Essentially,
ballroom
yeah.
scene. Okay. Yeah, I guess they leave. Where are they going to change? The inn that they were at.
Cog engage.
Yeah, the Cog Engage. Okay.
We just changed the middle of the street, you know.
All right. So, can we comfortably say that they get there?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Did it come with masks as well, or?
This isn't a masquerade ball.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
All right. Diablo. I guess they'll all get ready, and Diablo kind of, wears like a nice tailcoat with like a frilly tie and everything. Some nice boots. Keeps his mask on. And he'll wait in like I guess like a private area in the inn or in the tavern to talk with everybody.
Okay, we get changed.
Emlyn will follow shortly after. Her dress is pretty simple. The materials are really what's high quality, but it's a black dress with a high collar that comes up and frills and those like sleeves, they like poof at the end and then come into you know what I mean. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. And she'll come and sit down with Diablo and wait.
He's just sitting with his hands flat on the table.
I guess
How you
Percy would be
feeling?
next. No, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'll explain everything once everybody's here.
Okay.
Cool. Percy would be next, I guess. He's wearing like a long flowing cloak that's black, but then like the parts here flip over to show like red. He's got like a red waistcoat on, white shirt, a black like frilly, what are they called, like the frilly things here.
It's like
The
a
black one.
really high.
Yeah, like a frilly tie. His bandana's taken off for this, and yeah, he's got like a little pocket watch that's gold.
Yeah, I think it's actually called a Zabo or something. Yeah.
A cravat.
Yeah, one of them. He'll just come and sit next to Emmeline on the table.
Naoki will come out next. He has on suspenders, a black dress pants, a tie, and then like on his like kind of right breast, he has this like little rose insignia. And then he has like on a trench coat that he's kind of like waving himself. He's like, it's kind of hot. It's kind of hot. So he unbuttons some of his like buttons and like loosens the tie a bit.
I'm sure it'll be colder outside.
Does it have to be a dress, or can it be something other than a dress? Dungeon Master?
Sure.
Yeah. So Sinash's is going to be like a little bit simpler than some of her other fancy dress. So she's wearing nice black pants with like thigh high like laced up boots, nice like white frilly shirt with a bow tie, and like a really tight black jacket that seems to not fit her quite the way she wanted to, but yeah. And she still has her loop with the halberd on. She swapped that off of her regular because this is a little bit more combat ready than my last outfit. Though I think the jacket might rip if I flex too hard. Well,
We're all here.
Good.
yeah. I mean, everyone's here.
All right. I gotta be honest with y'all. You're pretty familiar at this point. If it ain't brute force, it ain't Diablo. It's just how I am. But made me remember, everything you said made me remember a conversation I had with Val before we were the Veiled Vanguard. We were discussing tactics and whatnot. And she told me about this tactic she used. Being deadly without being deadly. The charm offensive, she called it.
Okay.
I reckon maybe I can switch things up. This is the heel turn I'm talking about.
So your heel turn is to try to be charming.
Play into their hands. I already got my ticket in. I always had my ticket in.
Okay. And then we'll see what happens.
We already disposed of the big explosive that would have done whatever to them and their I don't know who that is, their figurehead of power, whoever that was riding on that horse. But I feel like maybe this is the next step to conquer. Being a little bit more snaky to get a secret jab in. Make sure things are nice and comfy with them until they show their asses. And we can,
Yeah. Valerie would approve of that idea. I think.
It just means I'm working a different gimmick
But-
this time.
Yeah, well, I'm not good at the charm offensive, so I'll let the experts take the lead.
I mean, have these.
You keep suggesting those, and they will come up eventually, but I don't think against the Blackshires.
Not against them. I'm sure they're probably a bit mentally resilient since they lived so long.
I mean, you can test them out on somebody random sometimes to see how well it works.
True. And then just turn into like
Yeah.
turn into something to just hide.
Yeah, how often does it work?
Like 3 times per day. Anything past that might break the glasses.
Okay, try it on Percy.
No.
Oh, it didn't work. So,
May I suggest while we're here quickly that we could, maybe you don't want to, Diablo, but we could work with the Blackshires to get rid of these rebels and get
I
in
think
with them.
that's what I was aiming for.
Because while you guys were arguing, I asked Nexus what will happen if we plant this bomb, and I will die. I will die, and I'm not quite ready for that yet. I have things I need to do, and
you already died, so if you die again...
I don't want to die. I'm not ready yet. I've got to fix Cyrodiil. So I will help you kill the Blackshires, Dablu. I told you that, but not yet. Not until I fixed what we did.
Yeah.
Well, to the first outing of the Gilded Guardians? No. Are we just
Yes.
gonna see? Yeah. Okay, good.
All right. So the party heads from the Cock and Gage Tavern, making their way through the city of Ashes. You take a carriage leading through the dagger that Percy has. Allows the party through without any fee once you get to the inner ring. And if I may, it is at this point that you find yourselves approaching the Athelgard Spire. So, I'm going to describe that to you. You're allowed into the inner ring of the Athelgard Spire, and the carriage is approaching, going up this winding road that leads up to this spire, that overlooks the entire city. The Athelgard Spire doesn't merely sit on the high bluff. It seems to erupt from it, a massive monolithic structure of jet black obsidian, dark ancient granite. It is the perfect chilling fusion of what I want you to envision for a medieval fortress and a cathedral. Instead of battlements, the upper levels are adorned with hundreds of tall pointed lancet windows, deeply recessed and glazed with smoked glass, giving the impression of an endless row of empty watching eyes. The walls are not smooth, but carved with deep relief grotesques and gargoyles that lean out menacingly, blending figures of heraldry with the macabre, bat-winged forms. The fortress is crowned by not one, but 5 razor-sharp, asymmetrical spires that pierce the sky like broken black teeth. These spires are supported by massive tiered flying buttresses that are carved with spiraling, unsettling designs, lending the structure a weightless, skeletal look despite its sheer size. The primary approach is not a portcullis, but a colossal arched portal framed by twisting columns of dark iron. Above it is the only large-scale display of the Blackshire sigil, the raven, sitting upon a skull, plucking out an eye. Rendered in polished dark bronze. Heavy wooden doors are perpetually closed, resembling the main entrance of a tomb rather than a castle. There is, despite the roar of the city, the hiss of steam, the grind of gears, as you are in this area, there is an unnatural silence that pervades the spire. There are no steam pipes or vents visible on the exterior. All the city's complex steampunk power is routed deep beneath the bluff. The only sound that you get is the whisper of a high wind and the low resonant hum of the internal machinery, felt more through the soles of your feet as you set foot on the ground from your carriage. And the last thing I will note at this moment is the air. It's surrounding the spire. It's noticeably colder here. You kind of see your breath as you draw closer to the black stone, and it's much drier than the city below as well, with the faint aroma of old incense and a hint, like a pungent smell upon your noses. You're not quite placing it, but it's mixed with the incense, as if the incense is attempting to cover it up. But this is much more pleasant in contrast to the soot and coal stained air that the city of Ashes itself contains. A ghoul servant steps down from the door I described as a portal. Hello and welcome to the Athelgard Spire. I am one of these servants of the Blackshire family. I've been serving them for some time. You are in luck, for one of the Archmages is here with us this evening as well. I've been expecting you for quite some time and you were almost late. But nonetheless, here you are. I presume, of course, that you are the Veiled Vanguard, the ones that received the invitation to dinner this evening.
That is correct.
Working
That is
title.
us. Yep.
Very good. Would you mind following me inside?
Of course. They don't like collect our weapons or anything if we have them on us.
Nope.
And how's it looking inside this place? Is it high
so glad you
ceilings?
asked.
I'm really excited to hear it.
He walks in. This is the great nave. Upon entry, the main hall, rather than a throne room, resembles a vast echoing nave with impossibly high ceilings supported by bundles of slender clustered columns. Instead of religious murals, you see these tall walls are lined with these tapestries that has a black banner with crimson thread depicting the history and lineage of the Blackshire family that is often showing figures in unnervingly pious poses. There is what you see also carved within, not carved in, but woven within these tapestries is kind of a symbol of a black circle with these like curled lines coming out from it in a rotation, almost like a vortex, right? And that is present in every single tapestry of the Blackshire lineage. But high above this area are recessed stone walkways. These galleries specifically, as you're walking down, it's almost like every sound that you make is highly amplified. Even a whisper spoken can be heard from across the room. And the entire hallway is lined with servants here to greet you. They are curtsying, they are nodding as you walk by welcome you into this home. And there is a mixture of both undead and living people here. As you walk down, there's a grand staircase that comes down in a U shape, and standing at the top, the banister, is a man and a woman. You instantly recognize them as the Baron and Baroness Blackshire you've met before. Baron Angus Blackshire and Baroness Gloria Blackshire. Welcome to our home.
Percy does a deep bow. Thank you for inviting us. It's a pleasure.
Of course. There is much we have to discuss this evening, but I imagine you would like to have some refreshment.
Oh, definitely.
And his voice just echoes and reverberates through this chamber, despite him not projecting his voice in any way. Then please, he gestures to the staircase for you to proceed upwards.
We do.
Yo.
Let's go on up. Let's get to partying.
We have a guest with us this evening, which I'm sure you are already aware of, if indeed our butler advised you as I asked him to. And at this point, you're kind of like walking next to him, sort of behind, like in a cluster around the Baron and Baroness. They came at my request when I told them of your arrival and that we would be hosting you this evening.
Oh,
After
that's
all,
the-
you are honored guest. And he kind of turns around and gives you a smile, showing a glint of teeth. And then he starts to smile.
Are the seats reserved?
I'm sorry, I do. Do I smell that one of you brought garlic? At this point, the Baroness speaks up. She says, honey, stop messing with them. It is
Oh,
a
look at
wise
Diablo.
tale. Garlic does not have any effect on people of our kind, of course.
Ah.
I jest. Sorry if it was not funny to you.
We'd certainly limit your.
That was a knee slapper.
Many people around this city are stiffs.
Yeah. But
This is true.
I mean, I couldn't imagine not cooking with garlic.
They lead you into a great dining hall. A very long, dark wood table that you may recognize to be mahogany with matching chairs that are high backed to march. Each chair has the carving of different predator animals, wolves, owls, eagles, that sort of thing. That kind of make up the head of the back of the chair. There is a runner down the middle of the table with all sorts of candelabras and food set out for you to partake. There are goblets, and as you take your seats, Angus takes the head of the table, and Gloria sits next to him. And you hear a voice enter all your minds. Ah, there they are, the guest of honor. I was wondering when you would all make your way to join us at the hall. As at this point you realize that the other end of the table opposite from Angus at the other seat of honor is in fact the Archmage or the Ossuary. His lips do not move as he speaks to you. There's no plate before him, no goblet. He just sits there, unmoving, as you all take your seats.
Yeah, we were almost late, but not fully.
We just had a delivery to make before and make sure we, cleaned up and dressed appropriately for this auspicious opportunity to meet with you directly.
I do not take offense to your late arrival. I apologize, but it is rather cold in here. A fire roars to life in the fireplace, this great stone fireplace against the wall to the back of half the table. Now, feel free to fill your plates. Wine is made readily available, of course. Now tell me, Angus, where is your ward? I do often enjoy her humor and company at these dinners that we have. I apologize, Archmage, but she will be down shortly. She's not able to join us immediately. So, tell me, why do you think I brought you here this evening?
You got quite the name that
To
follows us.
create. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I rarely forget a face. Although there were different faces among some of you when I first came across you. The woman listening in on my conversation with the governor all the way back in Onira. And then I get word from the head of another family that she met a particular group called the Veiled Vanguard that was aware of the cause of an ailment that was taking place across our nation some time ago. And in fact, they put an end to it.
Yeah, that was actually, I joined them for that final. Ancient magic obelisks were draining the life of the undead and anyone who died to rip a hole in the veil.
Now, I wasn't really alive at the moment. We had a run-in with a very powerful serpent that put an end to my life. But, you know, I'm glad they did good work while I was gone to put an end to that. Make sure nobody who didn't need to die died.
Have no worries, Diablo. I wasn't alive either when it took place.
I get it.
No. There is a first order of business. Word has traveled to my hall that you may have played a part in the fall of Cyrodiil.
Now, as I mentioned, I wasn't alive during the mishap that happened in Cyrodiil. And I do reckon that if I was around, we might have had a little bit better direction, but some mistakes were made. Hands were forced. Deception, deceit, all that good jazz that ruins one's day.
And I think it really would be better to say, Contras, destroyed and took over the city. We really had minimal
Hated him.
impact, I would say. It's like a
We
domino
actually-
effect.
Yeah,
But
we actually helped to fight back.
the
There we go.
exchange that the Vanguard, which I was not a member of at the time, made. They were thrust into the elemental plane of Earth by those who were using these tools to hurt your people. And the only way to make it back in time to do what we had to do when I joined them in the end was to take a deal that they were forced to take. And yes, there was a terrible consequence, though I don't think we fully understood the gravity of what Contras was doing.
The gods
Tragedy.
often have many ulterior motives that affect the lives of mortals and those dwelling within this realm without any care for what may happen to them. It is why we like our country. It is why we like this land. Nexus protects us from the gods.
Say, we do appreciate the protection, though. I'm one day trying to get back to a place where none of the gods can influence us, but yeah, I understand a great number of people were hurt, and I know we are very much regretting those that were hurt, and wish to try to find a way to find redemption for what we did. An evil deed done for a good deed to be accomplished is still an evil deed.
We do not blame you for the fall of Cyrodiil. In fact, you'd be happy to know that the other defenses of Drillworm are holding fast against the onslaught of Contras. In fact, he is contained, a problem to be dealt with later, but not a problem to be ignored. I think you all have slightly more pressing signs that you have come across that need to be addressed rather sooner.
You mean the anger of the gods, or?
And that is why we have called you here. I believe there are two things that we can do for you tonight. The first is reward you for your service to the Zangesian Empire. The second is to discuss one of the primal terrors that's made himself known to the mortal plane. But first, I imagine you were not expecting a reward from us.
No, we did that deed. At least I did it because it was the right thing to do and to protect the people I joined.
If there is anything we believe here, the Zangesian Empire's justice. And lies are not just. You'll pick up a bell from the table, silver, like a small bell with a wooden handle, silver. You'll ring it, and the small chime rings out, and being wheeled out like almost like on a dolly, but strapped down to it is a tiefling who you just saw perform last night, being wheeled in and set next to Angus. It is my knowledge that this man was telling a rather unflattering story about you and your companions. That was untruthful, harmful to the image of the heroes of the Zangesian Empire. Now, there are all manner of things that can be done to correct this type of behavior or make it right. But I am feeling that that decision should be left up to all of you. So he takes his hand and he kind of like drags his index finger down, like the back of his index finger down the cheek of Silas as he stands up and like puts his hands on both of his shoulders and like grips them. What should they do with you?
You know, stories are very powerful, but there are also many. I think at the moment what we've got is just bad publicity. I reckon with the good we do, we'll create more stories that overlap his. Catchier songs.
So let him go.
Let him speak his lies for entertainment. Because, what do you call it, jester's privilege?
We could just make him write a new song during our dinner, and then he can't sing the old one anymore.
You mean write a new song, or
Yeah, just talking about how heroic we are and stuff like that.
I mean, the best thing to counter bad press is good press.
That's right.
Looks at Silas. Would you write a song about the heroes of the Sungisian Empire, Silas, for us?
Baron Blackshire will take the gag out of his mouth. Oh God, yes, please. Just let
You
me
have
go.
to include multiple details. I want you to include something about the obelisks and the shredding of the souls, and
Yes, it's all the souls going to the land of
Mhm.
the dead were being destroyed. So everyone who passed away of natural or in war during that time did not go to their afterlife. They were lost forever, and all would have been lost if we had not done what we did.
I'll do whatever
you
you
could
want.
make it some kind of memorial for Crom, even.
I need you to
Yeah.
think about it this way. I mean, how's it feel? You know, people are promised an afterlife where they get to live their days in peace. How do you think people feel knowing that Mama passed away and she got chewed up by some obelisk and she ain't anywhere? She's gone forever. That ain't a good story. We prevented, or they prevented that. I wasn't there. You know, I'll give credit where credit's due. It was deception that led to what happened in Kiradel.
The Veiled Vanguard stopped the Soul Eater from breaking the veil.
Well, there you have it. They're not the monsters that you made them out to be. He leans in close, and you hear him start to whisper, but do not think that they're not monsters in this world that would have done far worse this evening. Take him away. Let him go outside the gates. And he gets escorted out.
You just got like a Silas will remember that icon at the top left.
We could have chosen to be really bad and be like, serve him for the second course.
The next reward we would like to offer you is this. The Archmage holds out his hand. This is the first time he has moved this entire time. And a scroll with a black ribbon tied around it floats up from his hand and drifts across and lands in Percy's hands.
I will untie the ribbon and start reading it.
In the far west of the Empire is a fortress that is no longer occupied by any ruling family. It is on its own island, requiring transportation to get across the miasma. We call it the Warden's Spire. And it can be your home if you wish to stay friends of the Empire. is the deed. And it is yours.
Pretty cool.
You must understand
What an honor.
that while the majority of the world does not know what you did, it is very impactful to us for how you saved many that this country depends on for protection.
It was an honor
Speaking of-
to get to do that, and this reward. I mean, wow, this is outstanding. I can't believe she's like starstruck right now. She's having a good time.
Speaking of becoming friends of the Empire, we've noticed that there's some rats in your sewer. They tried to contact us about some mission or other, but we turned it down, of course, and we're more interested in helping you exterminate these rats, should we say.
Is that so?
They secured
Snuff out the light.
a supply of Noxiarium for us to bring tonight. We, of course, passed it on to a third party who means no harm.
We have been dealing with this rebel since the sickness began to show its height of potency. At this point, you actually notice that Baroness Gloria starts to cry. Baron Angus will go over and put his hand on his wife's shoulder. They killed our daughter.
I'm sorry.
It's horrible.
Shame.
I meant no offense by bringing it up. I just wish to help.
Do you have anyone in your family?
At the moment, it is just Gloria and I. We have a tradition here in the Blackshires to adopt. And then once they come of age, they may ascend to what we are to take the mantle of leading the family if they so desire. Of course, they do not have to, but they do not get to carry the name of Blackshire. They leave their home. Speaking of which, that is a curious mask that you are wearing. And your name is Diablo.
Dorado.
I must say, I have seen its design or something similar to it before. Where are you
There's been
from?
I forget the name. It's a little shanty town out the west of the waste.
A shanty town in the waste. How dangerous.
That's right. I bounced around. I was there. Lived in Elneria for a while.
You know,
It's entertainment.
entertainment. That is exactly the word that came to my mind. In fact, there was a traveling trope that I saw once. One was wearing
Yeah, right.
a mask similar to yours, I believe. Oh, what was it? The golden. The name slips me.
I think I know it. Are you talking about, there's been a few gimmicks I've seen. You talking about the golden son of Drellworm?
That is correct. And he always fought,
A heel,
villainess.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Banshee. Hyphenated. It was a nice play on words, I think. She had a good scream.
Yes,
Looked up to her.
I remember the scream quite well.
Yeah. Real, I got to talk to her a few times, real strain on her throat the first few times, but she got it down in a way where she could do it all day. She could scream all she needed. It's a good gimmick.
Yeah, it's a gimmick. It's a shame she doesn't perform anymore.
No. Yeah. It was an accident.
Yes, that's what I heard. Well,
I
everyone.
think, yeah.
Oh, please say what you wanted to say.
I think she skipped town or something from some people she owed.
Is that what you heard? I didn't hear such a thing.
That's what I heard. They try to use the mask as a cover.
Hmm.
So I can't discredit her. That's a good way to do it. Still work, keep your identity hidden.
We've actually never seen him take it off.
Yeah, it's my dedication to my gimmick, Diablo Dorado. Actually, ended up getting mentored by Blaze.
Oh.
Yeah, he's best in the business. He had an injury. There was a void in the market. I filled in that void in the fighting rings in Ilneria. Haven't seen him in a while.
Wonder what happened to him.
Oh, he's probably being an old fart.
Well, I hope you all consider our offer. You may take residency in the Warden Spire. Stay here with as citizens of the Empire. Whether you choose the path of your friend Percy or choose to stay mortals, it is fine with us. And maybe, if you are lucky, the Imperator himself will grant you an audience, but he very seldom meets people. And last thing he'll say to you all is, now tell me, where is this rebellion hiding? And that's where we're
What's
going to
the
take our
name?
mid-session break, everybody. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning into our stream so far. If you're just now joining us,
If you're just now joining us, you've walked into a moment of intrigue on a completely different level as the Veiled Vanguard, expecting to be villains, find out that they might actually be heroes again. But if you want to get a little bit more context about that, you can find all of our lovely voices for this live stream on all of the podcast networks that you like to look for us. Also, if you want to get caught up on what's happened on the live stream so far and you want to see our beautiful faces and reactions to the wonderful story we're weaving, we release the live stream on YouTube every Tuesday. But preferably, we'd love for you to be here from the start so you can join with us and chat and experience everything as we experience it, because Dungeons and Dragons is collaboration. And you can find it at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch with lichsouls.ttv. We're also on TikTok and sometimes other live streaming places. Also, you can join us and play video games with us on other days because we play other games like Valheim, which we have a server for, and Minecraft, and like 7 Days to Die.
Mm-hmm.
And our dungeon master is Lich Souls, and he also plays Dead by Daylight sometimes, and other games. So play with us, listen to us, enjoy the experience.
Thank you so much, Key, and thank you to everyone who's tuned into the stream so far. We will be back here momentarily as we take this time to refresh ourselves. So until then, BRB, y'all. And welcome back, everyone. And guess who else is here? It's Quentin.
He's always been here. What are you talking
Well,
about?
I've been
said the
here
whole
the whole time.
He was just doing his typical Renatus speaking.
Ooh,
Yeah, there you go.
Renatus has been here the entire time. That is 100% correct.
Luigi wins by doing absolutely nothing.
What was that?
No, yeah.
All right. So we were mentioning the name of the pub, right? There, Percy.
Yeah, it's Din La Luna. And then it'll mention whereabouts it was. They have a password if you want to sneak in. It's are the curtains drawn against the sun?
There's also a magical barrier covering the back entrance.
Yeah, that too.
I see. Well, he from the show, he does this motion, and the butler, the ghoul butler, will come up, and he'll whisper something in his ear, and walk away. Oh, we will take care of that.
Right.
You.
So, well, now it's time for dinner.
We drinking.
Please eat anything that you like. Everything here is to your taste. I know that there might be some speculation on what we might serve, but despite what stories say, we are not monsters here.
Yeah, I know that type of word spreads around.
On our way
You know-
in. Oh,
You go.
yeah, I couldn't help but notice the tapestry work. Maybe you could give me some insight on it seems to be your origin story. And I noticed these spiraling vortex looking symbols. What was
So,
that about?
We have a student of history among us. The Blackshires are a long, ancient bloodline that have overseen this city for millennia. The head of the family is an adopted child, raised to adulthood, and then they get to make a choice. Well, that really is the most of it. The thing
Fair
that you
enough.
saw was simply the symbol of the goddess that we serve, the one who bestowed this gift to the chosen to protect the shadows of which we dwell.
I see.
All of the cities are governed by an ancient family that has existed since the creation of the Sangesian Empire.
Well, that's what the rebels have a problem with, mostly, from what I know. So,
The rebels.
good thing
are
we're going to be putting a
zealots
stop to that.
who believe fairy tales about what they were told about the undead.
Yeah.
It is true that souls and the essence of life is needed to sustain some of us. But rather than taxes, we harvest the life essence of those that we need to sustain or collected from criminals that do not deserve a place in this world based off of their heinous deeds. Well put, Archmage. So, tell me, Emmeline, do you have any family?
I do. Yeah, it's just my mom, really.
I see.
Yeah, they all live on, the other continent. And all that, but what makes you ask?
No, it's just most members of the arcane arts either go to a institution of learning or the knowledge is passed down through family knowledge.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of it on my own. A lot of hard work. I was in school for a short time, and that didn't work out too well. I used to practice different magic than I do now.
I see. Well, here in the Zingisian Empire, at least not in our city, the city of Astorum has a very reputable arcane institution. If you are interested, perhaps you may stop there and gain some knowledge.
This is a great idea, because we'll be passing it, I believe, on our way to the Spire. We'll rename it, I think, but
Of course.
I have a question, if I may. Someone mentioned to us that there was an old warrior of past buried in the Godscar. What do you know about this, if anything?
As the Archmage whose voice you will hear, the Godscar is an ancient battlefield. Many fallen soldiers are there. There
He
are
was-
rumors, of course, that there is a blade that the iron is forged from the blood of a god.
You know anything else about this, or just the rumor?
The story tells of a blade that was used to slay vast amounts of undead, or rather, the soldiers that were following Nexus just to protect their home.
Pretty intense story that is.
It is very intense, as you said.
Now,
Diablo is just a little shifty right now.
you know, Baron, Baroness, I gotta be 100% with you, especially since we're gonna continue to work with you. We talked about that performer, the Banshee, the heel to the Golden Son of Drillworm. I do know her name. do know why she died.
Oh, really?
And I'm sure you can recall she wasn't alone.
No, she wasn't.
You know, little runt of a boy. Her name was Victoria Montañez,
Oh my god.
and a little boy Hugo was with her. And he tried to. Your man tried to take him back here after they fled, and he didn't understand that. He didn't understand the greatness his mother took him from. I came here to be where I'm supposed to.
Diablo, he's gonna like reach over the back of his head and he's gonna grab the base of his mask and he's going to start pulling it off. Purple skin creeping from under the mask.
Would you like to describe what the party sees?
You see a very, I would say, kind of regal face. He's very pretty for a guy, if I'm going to be honest. But his face is scarred with a image across the whole face of a raven with an eyeball in its mouth on its forehead.
I was young and immature. I didn't really understand what everything meant.
Is that so?
Yeah. I was confused.
Marin Blackshy will stand up. Well, then here you go. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to continue working with y'all and being where I'm supposed to be.
And there we have it. The Empire is looking forward to working with you as well. Now we can get into the business of things while you eat your meals.
Yeah, please, everybody, pick your jaws off the floor. They haven't seen my face. I'm sorry.
That explains a lot.
Do you lose your power when you take the mask off? Like, you just haven't ever done it, so.
It's a gimmick. I don't need a mask for nothing that I do.
I thought the mask was like part of like surgically attached. It would move with your expression.
That's just a simple enchantment. It's quite handy, but nothing too crazy.
If I put the mask on, would it do it?
I reckon. Yeah.
Interesting.
Doesn't give you the ability to like suplex something that's like 20 times your size.
No, that's just good hard training.
I mean, I'm pretty strong and I can't do that.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation. We were about to get into business.
Yeah, Hugo.
Yeah.
In
Not
fact,
to.
his character boss without the mask is on stream right now. For those of you who would like to take a better look at,
Oh wow, that's dramatic scarring.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's hot.
Was that under there the whole time?
So I mean, this is redraw of a
Okay.
recently. So this is
Okay.
not exactly 1-to-1 of the bust.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to overstep, and or take anything for granted that you have gifted us, but we did lose our mounts when the whole Drailworm Kirndell situation happened. Would we be able to procure something from you guys? Some horses or...
Anything else? We have
Yeah.
flying mounts. It's really sad.
It would help us a lot getting to where we need to go next, too, if they could fly, but I'm not gonna...
Yeah, it's like, how does one even get to the field of Silent Ash normally without... It was horrible.
now that you are here, we can ensure safe transportation through Vestorum. In fact, Evelyn, you may be happy to learn the runes of the circle to travel there. For that is how we will get you
I
through the
sure
city.
would.
And we'll take you to your new home here within the Sangesian Empire.
Sweet.
But
Thank you very much.
the logistics, of course, need to be discussed. I am the Archmage of the Ossuary, one of 5 council members to the Imperator. I oversee the logistical operation of the Empire. Information from here to there, what gets told to the public, what does not. Along with defensive movements throughout the Empire as well. We shall immediately start putting out bards and other type of information telling your heroic deeds that saved our empire. That Drailworm is a lie, but enough to where you are viewed as the victims for what that is what you are, after all. And while we are improving your image, you may find out more information for us.
Of course, it only seems fair.
I do have a mission that I was tasked with in the mainland, per se, that is outside the Empire. My grove is in trouble, and I need a way of getting there before things become too dire or we lose the grove. Do you know of any groves in the Empire that may help?
Hidden Grove of
I've heard of tales.
Warded against the powers of the gods.
There's only one forest within the Empire, and it is the Mornwood. If there is a grove, it would be in the deepest parts of that place. But you bring up a good point, Naoki. You have things that you must do, and we would like to help.
You would?
Of course. There is a far greater threat that is coming to this world,
There is.
and you must prepare. You see, mortals are short-sighted in so many ways. These mortal rulers of the other nations not seeing the larger picture, only concerned with the short span of their lives. But when you have eternity to look at the larger picture, pursuit of knowledge, you look past your own selfishness. I would like to give you a gift, Naoki.
Thank you. I'll gladly accept.
It is an item from my own personal collection of artifacts I have accrued over my very long life. During my research of you, I learned that you have an affinity for catching homes on fire with lightning. Is this so?
I see that has traveled here. But yes, I do have a bit of a affinity for lightning and electricity.
Then allow me to present you with this. A wave of his hand and a staff reveals itself to you. It has this bluish metal tint to it that is mixed with a dark gray, like it's the storm, the color of a storm cloud, fashioned into a staff. And at the top, it is these jagged metal pieces, and it crackles with electric-like energy. You may add a staff of thunder and lightning to your inventory, Naoki. You will be able to see what that does entail as well.
This is too generous, too kind. Thank you so much, Archmage. This may be a bit pretentious, but I do have someone that is beside me that is also working with me, hand in hand. Her name is Sanasha.
Hi.
Yes, I'm aware of all of you who need proper gear.
I mean, Naoki needs to check in on the grove, but the grove in question, even though I've never entered it normally, was my home for some years. I desire greatly to make sure that they're still alive. And I need to get him alive to do that. Get him there alive, I guess. Sorry, Mother would be judging my grammar there.
Are you done?
You know, yeah.
Tell me, Sanasha, what do you fear the most?
She just looks, just stop still there. Falling before I can protect those I care about. Dying. Failing to live up to be the hero that I want to be. The horrible gasping of air at night as I dream of suffocating. I don't know.
All valid fears. person of strength, though.
I am. I've honed my strength since I was a child. First with a hammer and then with an axe.
There's much I could do for you. But you will find more things to assist you at your new home.
I see. She looks like she's waiting for something. So, are there dangers there we need to clear out to take the Warden's Spire?
Of course not. You will, however, be given this as well. And a note is handed to you, Sanasha.
Okay.
It is a note for an allowance. This allowance you can use to begin to build onto your bastion. Specifically, it is a note for 1,000 platinum.
Oh. Thank you.
Of course, with the assistance of the undead servants and their endurance, building onto the bastion will take far less time than most would anticipate.
Good. Thank you again. Sanasha's other fear, running out of money.
Well, look at you getting all sorts of baubles and rewards. I must admit, I have grown tired. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. You will be leaving with the Archmage in the morning.
Of course, Baron. I will need to pick something up from a vendor in the morning, but I'll make sure I do that bright and early.
Very well.
Thank you again. She'll kind of wave as he's leaving.
Yeah, it's not just eating one of those like oversized turkey legs that you only see in like high fantasy.
He speaks up to the Baron. He says, I do hope that with my return I could be more involved in things. I don't want to bear this mark for nothing, you know.
Of course. It's unfortunate that our ward was not able to be here tonight. I had the feeling that she would have liked to meet you.
Yeah.
There's a sound of iron on the stone that makes up this dining hall, and stepping into the room is the knight that serves the Blackshire family, Sir Dorian Iglorian.
Somehow Renatus is paler.
It appears that our constables have found Den La Luna, and we are taking care of it as we speak.
Is there any more assistance you wish of us?
Not here in Ashes, of course. But
Right.
we have your contact information if need be. Oh, and one last thing before you go. Just a reminder that while you are here and within the confines of this empire, if you step out, we cannot guarantee that the gods will not be scrying upon you and sending their soldiers to take care of something that they find great insult for.
It's fair.
Understood.
While you're in Vestorm, you'll find a friend of yours, the porcelain lady, Lady Darthbine. She is the noble woman of that city.
Just mean we're missing out on the solstice ball.
It's nothing to be said about missing, I promise.
Well, let's be honest, our reputation isn't exactly sterling for a public engagement. Not yet, at least.
I do
There
have
we
one
go.
request. I do have one request, and that's just to, at least publicly facing, still refer to me by my pseudonym, if that's okay.
He nods his head.
Diablo.
That's all I ask. It's just a, entertainment gimmick and all that, but it's a large part of my career.
Of course.
And he'll take his mask and he'll slip it back on. And it quickly, fits his face perfectly and moves the way it used to before, like the eyes and all the expressions.
So does it look like loose fabric when you took it off, just like a normal mask?
Pretty much.
We have rooms prepared for you throughout the spire. You all will be staying in the southwestern spire. It oversees the Ironheart district.
Of course.
I wish you all a good morning.
Good morning. Have a good day.
Yeah. Of
It's
course.
already midnight? Wow.
He and Gloria will leave. And then the Archmage will stand. Many things dark in the shadows. Until tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
And he'll turn and hover away.
Is the captain of the guard still here?
Sir
Sir
Dorian and Gloria, no.
Many things lurk in the shadows. What? That's really ominous, right? No?
Yes and no. I mean, maybe it's some kind of play on Nexus.
Maybe it's some kind of play. Maybe it's a warning of don't wander the halls late at night.
Maybe. Speaking of Nexus, I wish to go to her temple tonight. If you guys may join me or leave me to it, I don't mind.
What time is it?
I'm going to.
It's past
Sinasha
midnight.
checks her. It's past midnight. I mean,
That's when they're most active.
I reckon the rest of us should wind down.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll be staying. But if you could pick up our stuff while you're out, that would be very helpful.
Of course. May I take the bag of holding? I'm not quite strong enough to carry.
I
Yeah,
would
you
be
go
more
with course.
than happy to assist you in the transportation of your items from the
Very kind.
Congage
Really?
Tavern.
Yeah, and I also
I'll go with oversee.
I have a weapon that's being enhanced by a certain mad Doctor.
Of course, Dr. Faustus already had your new item delivered while you were at dinner here. He knew where you would be.
He finished it early. Yeah. She seems really excited.
He will present you your great axe. The great axe has had ridges, like serrated edges, carved into it. There is a number of like thin metal wires that run down to the axe, like the haft of the axe. And he said, as you look at it, there is a metal piece that you twist, and there's like a buzzing sound. And between each of the serrated edges, these electrical currents start to flow.
Okay.
Essentially, what this is, is, I want to make sure I say this correctly. It is a modified base weapon that is in the rule book. Hold on. I had it. I don't have this. Okay, here it is. It is the same as a flame tongue, except it does not do fire damage. It does lightning damage on each hit.
Ooh.
It does require attunement. So while holding this weapon, you can take a bonus action, use the command word to cause electricity to go throughout the blade. It sheds bright light in a 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40 feet. While this weapon is electrified, it deals an extra 2d6 lightning damage on a hit. So it's not charges like you initially thought. It is a persistent enhancement to the axe.
Yeah, she's just like studying the mechanism as she's using it, as she's got it on. This is really interesting. I can't wait to show Papa this. This would be, he'd be very excited about this. Mama wouldn't be. And she just like blinks as she like, her voice got a little higher pitched there for a moment. No, this will be really great in battle. Very useful. Faustus does great work.
Meanwhile, I believe Percy is going to the Chantry of the Veiled Star.
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to go with him.
You're on the Welcome Destroy.
And Sinasha is definitely attuning to this thing.
All right. So everybody else, are you going to your rooms?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Percy and Naoki, you make your way to the Chantry of the Veiled Star. You enter in. The rooftop has already closed for this evening. However, it is still, there's a few of the priests of the temple navigating here and there. What would you like to do?
Is the High Stella around, or does it just seem like any of the priests?
You don't see the High Stellar at the moment.
Okay. I will just go to the nearest priest and...
Naoki, there you are. It is so nice to see you just like right behind you. Kind of makes you jump a little bit.
Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
Oh, and you're with Percy as well. I thought that you were here to take the blessing of Nexus. That is my mistake.
good evening, High Stellar. I came to inform you of some things that we've come across. Firstly, we've aided the Blackshires in getting rid of some of the rebels in the town, and we've been granted the Warden's Spire, which is pretty cool. But mostly I came to ask some questions about, I think we were interested in traveling to the Godscar, and I know this is where the gods used to fight. I wondered if you had any information on anything that happened there, or any requests of us while we're in there to maybe get some artifacts of Nexus that might be lost?
That is an interesting proposal that you're making to me. I would say that there is a number of items you can find there. Definitely a lot of wealth. They had many of the greatest smiths of history make the weapons used in that bottle.
I see.
But things particular to Nexus specifically, and there is something you might, how do they say, not exist no more. They may be too powerful for you to hold in your hand.
Okay. I mean, I could give it a go. I mean, I held never mind. Yeah, no. I mean,
There is.
See, it's worth a try.
Then sure, you may try. There is a weapon known as Starbreaker.
Interesting. Do you know anything more, or just the name?
The last story that we know of it, it was used to bash in the head of the son of Alnor. The one wielding it. Mortal wound. You see, many people think that the gods are immortal. They can't be killed. But with the right stuff, you can go to work.
Of course. Does this happen to be the same weapon that the legendary paladin of stories is wielding, or is this a separate thing altogether?
No, you see, what you're thinking of is the weapon of the general of the gods. There are two generals. They fought each other.
So 2 weapons. Interesting.
Yes. The
Very
one
cool.
known as Avenger and the other one known as Starbreaker.
Avenger and Starbreaker. That is useful, very useful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I only tell you this much because I like you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, may I ask,
Oh, please call
do
me
you
High
happen to
Stellar.
know-
Ma'am was my mother.
yes, High Stellar.
Wonderful.
Do you happen to know about the Hidden Grove or the Forgotten Grove, the tale that has been told in my grove? That there is a grove somewhere in the Morn Wood. Do you happen to know anything about that? I asked the Blackshires, but they weren't entirely sure. The Archmage only told me that it was in there.
If there are druids that exist in Sengizian Empire, they have been left to their own devices. Have you tried talking to a druid that you already know who might be able to give you more information? Do you not know the message spell? It is a very basic spell.
Don't know that spell. He kind of just like
Do you
clutches
not know
his umbrella.
someone who might know the spell message for you to contact someone who might know more about location of growth?
I mean, we did have a stone that had a sending stone, but it kind of exploded.
Sending
And then
is
no
the
longer
spell that I am
works.
thinking of. My mistake. You don't know anyone who might know the spell sending? No one at all?
I don't, unfortunately. And I don't have the ability to use that spell. Because I don't know how to read.
You don't need to know how to read to use the spell. You just use your words. The sounds with your mouth. But you know what? I will help you, Naoki. I will give you something of mine. She is going to give you glasses of comprehend languages. Basically, while you wear these glasses and you look at any text, you can read it.
Reading.
Does not require attunement.
Thank you so much. Hi, Stellar.
Careful, their prescription.
What's the prescription?
Is there anything else that you need? Just know, Percy, that Godscar is very dangerous. Not even the most powerful people here in the Empire will go. You all will die if you go. And I'm not saying that as a oh, maybe they might die. No, you will die. And
Okay.
I don't mean like you and I die. I mean, you will stop existing. You are not powerful enough to go.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go some other time when we're stronger. Thank you for
so
the
much.
information.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to get to know you. Perhaps I will send one of these stellars to your new home to set up Temple of Nexus there.
Please, if you wouldn't mind.
Would be nice.
Well, we best be going then.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Stay safe.
Of course.
You too, Naoki. Do not mean offense, but he is priest of my goddess. You understand.
Oh, I know. I understand.
You hug a tree. Yay. And she'll turn around and walk away.
Well, these are cool. He'll like put them on and like just like read the sign.
Did you put them on over your other glasses, or have you took the other ones off to put these ones on?
Well, those are just in my pocket. Those are more just like little
cool.
He pulls
shades you
them out
kind
for
of
the
just
first
put
time
on.
in forever, and he finds out the charm glasses are just shattered because he's been sleeping within his pocket.
Huh.
Real problems that people who wear glasses worry about.
That is. I mean, you can read now. That's cool.
I mean, sort of. I feel like this is kind of cheating, but I mean, if this is what Nexus is all about, maybe I can get behind learning about her.
She's not all bad.
Wow.
She's not all bad.
The best thing is they're prescriptions, so like he probably can't see normally through them. He could just read, so they're only reading glasses.
Put these in my pocket. He'll just like tuck them into his satchel. Well, we should probably. What else do we need to do? I forgot.
We'll go get our stuff from the gear and somewhere wherever.
You just gotta flash your fancy little knife.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah, we'll get the gear and then head back to the spires.
While you are heading back to the spires, you make your way into the Althagard spire, and you're walking up the staircase heading to your rooms. You watch as a giant spider begins to scuttle across the wall, and it lands down, and it lets out a hiss at you. No, Frederick, that is a bad spider. And he like sprays it with some water, and it backs up and goes away. the family pet.
Hmm.
I'm well
That was-
acquainted.
You are?
Well, with spiders, you know.
Oh, I was going to
We
say, like,
have
you
beans
met this
back
guy before?
home.
We forgot about beans.
And he'll use speak with animals. Hi.
You just make clicking sounds into your mic.
Yeah.
The spider will click its mandibles. Hi.
Your family is very nice. Thank you so much for letting us stay. Or your owners.
I will wrap you in my cocoon while you sleep.
I mean, that's what my old spider friend did.
And Frederick will scuttle away.
Just because you can talk doesn't mean the spider has a good personality.
Well, I think we should be off to bed.
Yes, sir.
And you may all mark your character sheets for a long rest if there's anything to
There you
mark.
go.
I mean, I'll hit the button anyways, but Sanasha
Only-
stayed
oh.
up a little bit, just attuning to her axe and then just testing the balance before she went to bed. But that's all. Yeah.
So in the morning,
I guess I will mention that, like, after the dinner and everything, when they all went to bed, Diablo would have kind of pretty silently gone to whatever room he was given.
okay?
Yep.
The following morning, you are given breakfast. The Blackshires are not present. Neither is anybody else in the dining hall. Is there anything you would like to discuss while eating your breakfast prior to your departure?
Was that spider silk sheets? Like, the sheets were a little too comfortable, right? Like, I was sliding around the whole night.
Just the leaves.
I spoke with the High Stella last night with Naoki, and she mentioned that there's two weapons in the Godscar. One called Starbreaker, one called Avenger.
Starbreaker sounds really cool.
Yeah. She also mentioned that we would die if we went there right now. So
That's okay. Well, that'll be more of a later thing then.
yeah.
Well,
I feel like we should.
surely she just meant like maybe they'll die kind of situation.
No, she said it's exactly not that situation. We would actually just cease to exist. And I was like, oh.
She says
that's
we
something
are woefully unprepared. And then she also
gave Naoki glasses. Yeah, that was really weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You have more glasses, Naoki?
have another pair, and they are called the Prescription.
What do they do?
They let me read. Look, I can read the sign, and he'll like look over at their tapestry that says like the Blackshires.
Well, I'm gonna say it's a bit of a shortcut to learning how to read, but that's actually really.
Oh, I will
If it
still
works.
practice.
I mean, no. I mean, the ability to comprehend all languages. I would kill for a pair of those.
You can always borrow them.
Yeah, I would kill for a pair of those. I'm kidding.
And we met their lovely spider pet, Frederick. He
Oh.
kind of reminded me of Beans, although he's a little bit more cold.
Wait, Beans was like the 1,000-foot-tall spider that Valerie wrote in the song, right? She, yeah.
Wait, that's a different one. Beans is more a kind of like a medium-sized spider. That one that we saw down in the depths is a bit different, and I don't really remember that one too much.
Oh, sorry. Your songs got passed on, so they don't always make sense anymore. They might have mixed two stories together. Beans had like a flower on his head, though, right?
Yeah. I miss him, but we'll see him again one day.
I don't know. Maybe you'll just see his great grandchildren.
I'd also like to make a suggestion about what we could do with the spire. I was thinking last night, and we always seem to be searching for answers. So I thought, if we do make the spire our permanent home, why not build a library and buy out all the books that need all the information ever made, and we can just have it on hand all the time.
Now you're talking my language. This is exactly the
See?
thoughts I had to myself as well.
Because
So
I
we
was
create
like,
a giant
God,
emporium of knowledge.
yeah, exactly. Because I was like, God, we keep going, oh, what we need to find out about this and that, and I'm just bored of it. I don't want to go to all these libraries and do favors for people. I just want to know.
I mean, I wish we could pass the blessing of the groves onto the spire, but that would take some cooperation with Aspen, I believe. I don't even.
Oh, also,
Sure, I can ask.
Well, we have to find the lost grove first. I don't think we're going to be easily able to go back. Or in Vastorum, maybe we can find some hints on the location of the grove, or how to get there.
At the very least, at least we have very safe passageway, and it sounds like the whole empire is our oyster now with those runes that they were talking about.
Yeah, I don't fully understand that. That's more of Emmeline's thing.
Well, the only way to understand something is to do it, so if you guys are all ready,
From my
suggest we get going.
understanding, it's like the spell, the teleportation spell, I believe. It's like already there in the circle, and there's a they're connected with another circle, and it's already been, created consistently, that process. And so that's how I think they work.
Okay, so that's very similar, because when I left the grove, I walked through a tree. They were connected to another tree.
What?
Yes, similar mechanics, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we can't. If this is the case, I don't believe that we'll be able to just take a circle into the Mornwood or anywhere that doesn't have an established circle. So I do think it would be in our best interests to acquire mounts of some kind, just on our own accord. I'm sure we can find some horses somewhere.
It's a shame that we don't have any way to reach out to someone from the groves now that we may have time to do this. I mean, I'm assuming Zogifli might be able to give us some assistance, but
We're just kind of
Potentially.
did you bite down too hard on that? And you look like your teeth are hurting. You're just holding your face. Sorry, is there?
Oh, you're fine. Hey Eggy, do you want this piece of bacon? He'll like dangle it.
Eggy, who's been with you this entire time, y'all just tend to forget about your familiars.
He's invisible most of the time.
Closet will take this piece of bacon and just absolutely destroy it.
Oops. I forgot to feed him last night.
He can literally turn invisible and do stuff, but you know.
I'll give him another piece.
A number of items that you are to take with you on your journey.
Oh, good. I'm the beast of burden here, so you need carrying heavy things, or are they precious things?
I was told that Hugo is to be the one I deliver these to.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Diablo. Of course.
What is it that I need to carry?
So there is a small crate. The crate contains 12 greater potions of healing. There's a small book that is the bureau. It's basically talking about the government of the Sangesian Empire. But as you pick up the book, a small piece of paper falls out. Scrawled on this paper with very jagged handwriting, as if hastily written, are 4 words.
Oh, okay. It's jagged handwriting. I suppose he wouldn't be able to recognize the handwriting.
It doesn't appear so.
Okay.
There's a handout being shown to you on Roll20 at the moment.
Yeah, I read it.
All right. Oh no, don't worry, Emily. It's only being shown to Diablo.
Hurts.
Was this from Baron and Baroness? What?
A number of the items are from the Archmage, the Baron, the Baroness. There's also food in here for you, water, if you shall need it. There's about 24 rations. Just assembled by servants at their bequest.
Yeah, much appreciated.
No problem. It is my pleasure to serve the Blackshire family and their guests.
We gonna be getting on a carriage of some kind, a wagon?
There's no
Where are
need.
we reporting to?
Oh, that's the Archmage. Okay.
Oh, circle's close then? Is it here?
You will teleport to the circle through my abilities.
Very cool.
The rest of the
Understood.
procession will make their way back on their own. Also, a very sacred equinox to all of you.
You as well?
Happy Equinox.
Blink hands, please.
Goodbye.
And with a flurry of magic and a kind of lurching feeling in your stomach, the world will begin to spin around you. And as this feeling kind of settles, you find yourself in a new city. The city of Vestorum. A number of citizens come and go as you take in your surroundings of this new place. Your new bastion awaiting your arrival.
The one that we did not destroy in the annihilation of the obelisk.
Unlikely
with Biddy.
allies suddenly appearing around you. What happens next, we'll find out another time in 2026, everybody.
2026.
Oh my goodness.
So thanks
Because-
everyone
Wow.
for tuning in to tonight's session of Prestige Encounters. That is the last session of the year. Session 52, everybody. What a great time. Not as much combat as I anticipated, because I thought they were going to go through with it.
Yeah. You really thought we were gonna do another?
Well, we can't say it because apparently that might get us in trouble. Anyway, so everybody, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. It's always a privilege to play these games almost every Wednesday. We will see you all in 3 weeks. Count them: 1, 2, 3 weeks here at LegendSouls.tv. Remember, there will be no stream on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. But we'll be back the following Wednesday from there. There will be no stream tomorrow evening either, due to us going to go see the new Avatar movie. Well, me and
there's another Airbender movie coming out after how well the last one went.
Oh yeah, you know, M. Night Shyamalan is such a great director. He definitely has not had like no bombs in the last 20 years. Anyway,
it must be really hard with how much the kid who played Aang is aged over the last was it like 10-15 years? Like
I feel like it's more than that. Anyway, everybody will be back in 3 weeks, but you know, stick around for the streams throughout the week as well. If you play Valheim, 7 Days to Die, Minecraft, don't forget we have servers. The Minecraft server launches January 1st, everybody. The Minecraft server is opening back up January 1st. What a great time to be living in purgatory. I'm going to pass it on over to Jeremiah, who plays Diablo Dorado, also known as Hugo Montanez. I butchered that name, but you know, go ahead.
Yeah. So I guess we get to see the full extent of, you know, after such a heated conversation at the beginning of the session, what Diablo meant by turning heel and taking the charm offensive instead of his usual very percussive methods of solving problems. Yeah, there's a lot of history here for Diablo, and I'm sure once they're by themselves and not under the gaze of anybody, I guess working for the Blackshires, there's a little bit more explaining to do. But yeah, I will pass it over to our stoic gray guy, Quentin, who plays Renatus.
Can you give him a hand there, Michael? No.
Huh? Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Well,
I can't speak.
it is the most Renatus post session we've ever had. Oh wait, talk now.
Nope.
I have
You
no
can't-
idea
No, you
why
can't
it's not
speak.
working.
Yeah, it seems like it's Gee's turn then.
Yeah.
I'm sure he said, "Thank you so much. I love playing Renatus."
Yeah, thank you, chat, for chatting. Thank you for this wonderful world that we get to play in. Thanks to our wonderful dungeon master, Michael. I have many words to say. Thank you. That was Quentin. Wild session. Really thought we were going to do another thing that was bad. Was not expecting the Hugo reveal. That was definitely the hugest of the campaign. That he's kind of hot under the mask, you know?
Kind
Who
of.
would've
The man
thought?
is drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, the man's like drop dead gorgeous, except for the weird scar on his face, and like not sure how to feel about what's going on there. There's some like mysteries being unveiled, and yeah, getting a bastion which we didn't destroy, maybe, and maybe doing some good before we help them kill the Blackshire. Yeah, lots of interesting tales to tell. We're moving on to a new chapter with the Veiled Vanguard. And I'm going to move on to Josh, who plays Parsival.
As long as they...
Yep, that's sure. We'll roll with that for now. Yeah, cool session. Glad we didn't blow up Oshus like the crazy people that we are. But it'll be interesting to see what happens when we get back. I can't wait to make a lovely, cool spire and rename it something dumb like, I don't know, I'm sure we'll come up with something silly. But yeah, that's gonna be cool to customize. Can't wait to find Naoki's Grove, hopefully, and helping with that. And also can't wait until we go search the Godscar. Seems cool, but dangerous. And I'm all for a little tense dungeon crawl through the Godscar. I'm ready, but apparently Percy isn't. So we'll get there, and it'll be cool. But until then, I don't really have much else to say. So I'll pass it on to Emily, who played by Chloe.
I agree with all those points. I'm gonna echo similar sentiment. I will go ahead and say I've been on the team. Okay, Team Blackshire. I've been on that team since the start, and look at it, it's paid off. Okay, we got a bunch of money, new property. Well, I was also thinking maybe we should just steal the bard that they gave us, the option of hurting. Maybe we just take his house. Maybe we just take his property. You know, but now we didn't even have to do that. We got property, so that's awesome. You know how hard that is in this economy. Thank you, overlords. But that's all I got, really.
Imagine the upkeep on like a bastion, though. Like, you know, we got to get stuff done every 15 years, and that costs like 10,000 platinum. And
that's why you got the undead servants, though. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited to put them to work. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got. I'm gonna throw it over to Isaac, who plays Naoki. But
hi.
I just got sent a very terrible image. Anyways, this was a very exciting session, and I'm kind of very proud of Diablo choosing to become the heel per se. I think that was a very wise decision, taking on the charms offensive versus you know, causing things that certain platforms wouldn't like very much. No shade at all. Anyways, I'm very excited to see how this goes. I mean, what the heck, free loot, and then like there's a lot of good things happening to the party right now, and I think us kind of choosing a different path for once, I think this is going to be a good step. Also, the importance that we're going to find maybe a hidden grove, or Emlyn might learn a new skull. Like, there's a lot in store for 2026. You better hold the fuck on. But that's all I have. I'm going to pass it back over to Michael, our lovely DM.
Thought it was asleep there for a second.
Oh, I was asleep. I was just like rethinking my life choices for a moment. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in tonight. And you know, I just want to say that it is a great honor to be in this community with all these amazing people, and to all of them, and especially everybody who is watching this, listening to this. We all wish everybody a fantastic holiday, and it's just, you know, and we hope that 2026 is filled with so much joy and good fortune and, you know, peace to everyone. So thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you all in 2026. Until next time. Bye.
See you in a year. Bye.